Excuse me. Your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you? Spare me your white savior complex. I don't need anything from someone like you.
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that
That I should know what? That some privileged white guy thinks his opinion matters? Get over your entitlement.
The most emotional experience that a person can go through to know that what they're working on is something that has reached a generation of people.
Oh my God.
And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business. Thanks.
You know, I don't need your business. You know what? Maybe Disney does. Maybe you're a tool, you're a pawn in this film. You didn't write it. You didn't direct it. You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White.
Right.
You should shut up and do the job.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
Yeah.
Weird.
I would highly advise that you boycott this film.
Rachel Zegler is facing criticism again, this time from The Simpsons.
This is no ordinary apple, my dear. It's a magic wishing apple. A wishing apple? You offer it to me freely. In place of the patriarchy, you would have a queen! Not white, but diverse, inclusive, and equitable! I will become the leader I know I can be! All shall love me and despair!
Oh, what has she done to you? Fear not. First love's kiss can break any curse.
In the movie, they just got rid of the dwarfs.
Okay, but what do they call them?
Why would they get rid of the dwarves, though?
Magical creatures.
But they have one token dwarf amongst these magical creatures. You actually just went backwards. You actually just erased the dwarfism side of it. The disability, like we're a disability group, you just erased that whole image. The argument should have been from Peter Dinklage. There's power of being on TV, there's power of television, and to put 7 people with dwarfism on camera in a major Disney movie, there's still power there. If the story is offensive, change the story, don't change the character.
In their latest episode, The Simpsons take a direct jab at Rachel and Disney's troubled Snow White remake with a parody titled Snowwoke, the Reimagining. It's a sharp critique of Disney's attempt to modernize the classic fairy tale.
Got destroyed at the box office. Here's the box office numbers. The Minecraft movie made $60 million on Saturday. Snow White made 2.
Rachel has been under fire from fans and the media, and now even The Simpsons are joining in. Disney hoped casting her would rejuvenate the story, but it backfired. Her interviews didn't help, often coming off as dismissive.
I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
The movie didn't attract audiences. Some fans reported being the only ones in the theatre during screenings.
I am walking into Snow White, 2 p.m., now seating. Let's see how empty it is. I hope it's off the woke we go. I hope. Sound like I hear a couple of people.
The Simpsons portray her character as a self-absorbed girl boss disconnected from reality, a sentiment echoed by many viewers.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
I'm getting on across. Hold on. Here. Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Amid the backlash, Rachel has gone quiet. No interviews or social media activity. Rumours suggest Disney might be seeking compensation for the film's poor performance.
Producers, far left-wing activists in Hollywood are turning on her, and Disney has canceled all of Rachel Zegler's appearances on their media platforms.
Behind the scenes, even progressive Hollywood insiders are distancing themselves. Reports indicate Disney has removed her from promotional activities,
Wow, Snow White flopped. Who is surprised? You cast arguably the least genuine, most out of touch, and disliked person in her industry, and her industry is Hollywood. And the bad guy is Gal Gadot.
It seems Disney set the film up for failure by removing the romantic elements, leading fans to lose interest. With The Simpsons mocking her on national TV, this could be Rachel's most embarrassing moment yet.
I basically knew that Snow White was going to be a massive failure at the box office because of Rachel Zegler's controversial statement.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
Rachel once seemed poised to be Hollywood's next big star after her acclaimed role in West Side Story. Landing the lead in Snow White should have been a career highlight. However, controversies stemming from her interviews overshadowed the film itself.
It just keeps making things worse with the Walt Disney Company. The more that she tries to defend this movie, the more that she tries to spew her agenda onto the general public, it's only making matters worse. Not just for Bob Iger, but for whatever is left of the image of Disney as a whole.
Instead of celebrating the iconic character, Rachel criticized the original film, which many fans saw as disrespectful.
Just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. Yeah. Weird.
The negative response intensified with each interview. While some labeled her approach as modern, many perceived her as out of touch and arrogant.
I want to tell you guys about a incredible movie that just came out, Snow White. Wow. I just got to tell you, best movie I've seen in years, and there have been some really, really good films lately. Madam Web, Rebel Moon Part 1, that movie, that transgender one with the Mexican drug lord. But Snow White blows them all away. Chat, this movie has everything. Horrifying, CGI, little people, check. A feminist princess who don't need no man, double check. Diddy dance party at the end. Double Diddy check. All this to say, go see Snow White right now. The new one. Not that old stupid one where the princess gets saved by some good, upstanding guy.
Peter Dinklage's comments. Actor Peter Dinklage criticized the film early on, highlighting concerns about representation. Rather than addressing these issues, Disney's response seemed to exacerbate them.
Dwarfs make it or no?
Well, the CGI dwarfs did. Of course, that goes back to the original controversy where Peter Dinklage, a very talented little person actor, said, why are we doing that? We've hired a Latina actress to be Snow White. That's progressive. But you're going to hire little people to play the dwarfs? That just seems like a step backwards. And then, of course, Disney instantly buckled and said, okay, we're going to add magical creatures.
The term Girlboss Snow White began trending online, not as praise, but as a meme mocking the film's direction. What was meant to be empowering felt forced to many.
They got even crazier, and they decided that the dwarves in Snow White weren't woke enough, okay?
Fans noticed a lack of chemistry between Rachel and co-star Gal Gadot during promotional events, fueling rumors of off-screen tension.
You're replacing jobs that people could have as little people. Okay. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's for dwarfs, you know?
Throughout the controversies, Disney remained largely silent, failing to adjust their PR strategy as the film struggled to connect with audiences.
Been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now, and how they had her tweet out like a little, yay, Snow White, can't wait, so excited, I love to play her. And she did it and got like millions of views, and they were like, good job, Rachel. And then she, like, minutes later followed it up with, and never forget, free Palestine.
And isn't her co-star Jewish?
Yes, Gal Gadot, whatever.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
They tried, they flew an executive, one of the producers, out to go visit personally with Rachel Zegler to say, could you please take that down? Because we understand you can have your political views, but those aren't really helpful while you're trying to build an audience for a movie. Maybe you could save them for like your diary and your friends, but like maybe not, maybe just take the tweet down. And she wouldn't.
Rachel's attempts to redefine Snow White's message as one about fairness rather than beauty left audiences puzzled, further alienating potential viewers.
It's Gal, and I'm Jewish, and we have had enough of Jew hatred.
Please welcome
Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot.
Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible.
With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imaginations.
Here are the nominees for Best Visual Effects.
Despite significant marketing efforts, the film underperformed, becoming one of Disney's most notable live-action failures.
Zegler would be a miscast in that sense. Instead, she gets her name from surviving a snowstorm.
The movie didn't just flop, it became a cultural joke, cemented by The Simpsons' unflinching parody.
Is walk away from this film with an understanding of the true meaning of fairness, of what it means to be fair in this world. There is a message that's been carried on for almost 90 years now from the original animated classic. That is, fairness is what is within. Fairness is to do with your heart, the way you treat the people around you, and it has nothing to do with what you look like, and that's the misunderstanding between Snow White and the Evil Queen. I think it's such an important message, and the way that Disney has elevated it and brought it to this new audience is very special.
The film's poor reception is evident in its low ratings, including a 1.6 on IMDb. Adding to the controversy, a fake OnlyFans account using AI-generated images of Rachel went viral, highlighting the extent of her public image decline.
Horrible. It is the worst box office from a Disney live action remake that they've ever done.
I mean, they're projected to lose between 200 and 400 million on this.
Casting calls that once highlighted her name have gone silent. Personal issues, like her breakup with actor Josh Andres Rivera, have also made headlines, compounding her challenges.
I do believe that there's something wrong with her. She's disturbed, she's unhappy, and she thinks it's about feminism and the patriarchy and about abortion, but the reality is she's just not stable.
Rachel is literally the star of a Disney movie, and she acts like she's some sort of victim, and that's the sort of mentality that is just poisoning people's minds. Like, she acts like her life is so bad.
In Snowwoke, the Reimagining, The Simpsons depict Rachel's character banning princes, lecturing villagers, and watching her film flop in an empty theatre. Being satirized by The Simpsons signifies a significant fall from grace.
Movie is doing catastrophically. They spent $300 million and it currently has a 2.2 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
The movie has a major identity crisis.
This is just so typical of the left. The progressives always finding a way to find their way back to doing something not progressive.
It's got extra musical numbers that are incredibly unnecessary that really add to that runtime. And let me go ahead and let you know that they're absolutely f***ing atrocious.
Conclusion. Rachel Zegler's once promising image has taken a hit. The world watches to see if she can recover, or if this marks the end of her fairy tale journey. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more unfiltered takes on Hollywood's biggest stories.